In this video, I'll be demonstrating the basics of Kahoot, which allows you to create fun and learning by creating quizzes, discussions, or surveys for your students. Images and videos can be added to the questions you are creating. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the sign up for free button. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose your role. I'm going to select I'm a teacher, but as you can see, you can select that you're a student, you're in business, or if you just want to use this socially. By selecting I'm a teacher, it wants to know your school or university and then fill in the account details. When you're done, you click Create Account. I've already created an account, so I'm going to sign in. And bear with me while I copy and paste my information. Alright, we are now kind of at the Kahoot dashboard, kind of the home page. And you can see there is an orange box that is providing you some getting started tips. As I mentioned before, you can create a quiz, a discussion, or a survey. Today we're going to create a quiz. Now, before we get started, if you have signed in before and you've already created some Kahoots, you would go right up here and it would display a list of the Kahoots that you've done. So we haven't, so we're going to make our first quiz. So it took us back here, so we'll click on quiz. And so first we're going to give it a title, and I'm going to call it Pre-Algebra Pretest. And then you can give it a description, and it's kind of based on Twitter. You know, they only give you 140 characters. And then it's visible to everyone. Language is English. My audience, depending on what your questions are going to be and how you're going to use this, it could be school, university, business, training, event, or social. I'm going to select university just because this is for college level students. I would imagine if you're using this for K through 12, you would select school. And with your image, cover image for this quiz, if you got it from another site, or you're going to be pulling, or the video you used, there is a box for you to give credit for your resources. So on this page, whether you add a video or an image, you can credit your sources. When you're done, we'll click OK Go. And we're ready to start adding questions. So you'll click on the Add Question. And the question, the first one, I'm going to start adding like order of operation questions. Get rid of that bullet point. And then you can basically decide how many seconds you want to give them to answer the question. If it's a really easy multiple choice, you might only do 10 seconds, 20 seconds, but since this is math and they have to work something out, I might give them 30. And do you want to give them points, yes or no? It says switch the points off like for survey learners or if you're going to do some discussions. And then you can actually have up to 4 answers. I believe you can do 2 to 4 answers. If you hover over the check mark, that will let you know which one is the correct one. So let me quickly copy and paste in some answers, and it's keeping that little bullet. On my Word document, I had bulleted everything, so when I copy and paste, I have to go back and get rid of that bullet. And as you can see, when you're answering questions, they do give you like a bold and an italics and then some, you know, subscripts, and then this is a symbol button. So if you are doing science, you've got special characters, currency, math, Greek, other, so you do have some symbols to use. And let me put in my fourth answer real quick and get rid of that bullet. And then the correct answer is a negative 6x plus 12, so I'll check mark that that's the correct one. And again, if you took the question, you know, if you went to a specific website to get some assistance with coming up with your questions, or if you're dragging and dropping images and videos, with each question they still will give you the box to credit your resources. So if we like that question, we'll hit next. And as you can see, you can go back in and edit the question. This will allow you to duplicate the question, and this one you can trash it. So let's add one more question before we go on. Still an order of operation question, but just a little bit different. I'm going to change it to 30 seconds, and I do want award points. So let me copy some of my answers over here, and this one is the correct answer. And you know, just like they were giving you back on the description, you know, only 140 characters to do your description, based on your answer they are allowing you 60 characters. Okay, get rid of that bullet. And this is good for any subject, any class. Okay, and again, I could credit my resources if I needed to. You can drag and drop, or you can click, like you want to add an image or add a video. Since this is math, I might have found a TED Talk video or a con video that talked about order of operations that I could put in this box so that they could watch. And then, of course, I would credit, you know, that particular website. I would credit the sources. So I'd hit next. Now, let's say we've gone through and we have entered all of the questions. So I'm going to save my quiz at this time. It is now saved and published. And I can always edit it. I can preview it. I can play it, and I can share it. If I share it, there's my copy and paste link, or I could enter some other users that have Kahoot accounts. You know, I can tweet it, Facebook, Pinterest, Google, and I can email it. But let's preview it real quick. And when I clicked on preview, what you see on the left-hand side is what you, the teacher, will see. Like if you're going to do this with your students in class, you're going to play, you're going to have this information pulled up on your screen, and the students in your class, they're going to go to Kahoot.it, and then they're going to enter the game pin number so that they're playing along with you if you're going to do this in a seated class. If you're wanting them to do this on their own, you would put that shared link, or that link, you'd put it into your Blackboard or Canvas courses, or you just email it out to them. You can do classic one-on-one, you know, have player against player, or you can have them on teams where like 3 or 4 might share one device. We'll look at game options real quick. You know, you can randomize the order of questions, randomize the order of answers, display the game pin number throughout just in case you have some students that join in late. But there's quite a few settings, so if I go ahead and hit that, yes, it's going to be classic, player versus player, then it says ready to join. And so this is what you're going to see on your screen. Join at Kahoot.it with game pin number. And then, you know, you'll provide your students with the game pin, and on their device, whether it's a mobile device, you know, their iPad, they will join in with that game pin and play along with you. So let me close out of this screen. And like I said, if I hit the play button, we don't really see what the students see. It takes us to this screen again, and you can play classic or team mode, and you play and you play. Going back, You can, like I said, you can edit your quiz if you need to. And when you're done, I'm done. So it takes you back to the main dashboard, and as you can see, there's my quiz right there that we just created. You can play it, you can favorite it, you can share it. You can always click on the more actions if you need any assistance. If you just hover over it, you get the edit, duplicate, or delete. So I hope you found this to be a great tool for you and your students. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact OTC online at otc.edu.